It is live time. Here we are once again. It is a wonderful Thursday afternoon at the Brewery Overlook, home of the Rogue. Welcome back to the Rogue's Tavern. Oops, wrong show. All right. I gotta play with a few dials and pegs and get them up and stiff and ready. So let's sit here and see what we've got. A little bit of music to carry us down the line.
Don't claim to know your story, don't even have my own. In search for glory, gone with them sacred rules of old. They went missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, sitting doing time. Preacher man discovered, passed down from saint to sage, like a kind-hearted lover who's been lost on this stage. Went missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, sitting doing time. Not saying they're right or wrong. I ain't no Texan dancer, well, move it right along. Went missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, sitting doing time. Chunky and the chigger just seen who done the crime. Captain pulled the trigger. Who's doing time? They went missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads. Is he yours or is he mine?
Definitely mine.
Don't claim to know your story, don't even have my own. In our search for glory, gone with them sacred rules of old. We're missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, sitting doing time. Devil's at a crossroads, joker's doing fine. Just sitting doing time.
Oh yeah. Alrighty. Well, since this thing is a little bit behind, what the heck? Let's get this thing ready to rock and roll and move ourselves right on to the show. It is about that time of day. The weekly WP Plugins A to Z show. Let's see where we go. Time to flip her over to the live screen. There we go. There we have it. It is time. Okay, let's get this puppy, wind her up, and get the show on the road. Now, remember, as usual, folks, if you feel like it, you want to chip in or chime in through the text messaging while everything's going on, feel free, and I will look at the comments and try to integrate them into the show. Oops, not the Rona. All right, let's wind this puppy up. It's always darkest before the dawn. It's episode 465 with plugins for quality cooking, a backdoor pass, tax collecting, and ClassicPress options. All coming up on WordPress plugins from A to Z. WordPress. It's the most popular content management and website solution on the internet. And with over 80,000 plugins to choose from, how do you separate the junk from the gems? Join us for a weekly, unrehearsed conversation about the latest and greatest in WordPress plugins. This is WordPress plugins from A to Z. Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you happen to be hiding out there on the globe today. Coming to you direct from the Brewery Overlook in beautiful Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. I'm John O'Rourke, and I have the usual great show for you today. But of course, right off the top, WP Plugins, A to Z, the best ClassicPress WordPress podcast in the universe. With a great appreciation for the No Agenda show and their inspiration of ideas and the occasional stolen sound clip.
Squirrel!
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that was fun. All right, this is a value for value show, and I look forward to everyone providing some value back. You can start by getting out there, subscribing to the newsletter for additional information and tips that go out every week shortly after the show. You can also get out and hit everyone in the mouth, tell them about the show, spread the word about WP Plugins A to Z, and you can catch it live every Thursday at noon on my YouTube channel. Just go to wppluginsatoz.com/live for that. This is episode 24 of 52 episodes for 2020. It's episode 465, and we are just about halfway through the year. With another 6 months to go, it's time to step it up, folks. You know, help keep this show up and running and alive. We got 6 months left in this year. I may push it to 500 just to accomplish that major milestone. And as we are now 24 weeks into 2020 and 13 weeks so far of the Rona, no one really knows what the world has in store for us. It has gone from pretty optimistic at the beginning of the year to now there is nothing anyone can do that is right. I mean, nothing. Doesn't matter what you think, feel, like, or hate. Nobody is right anymore. The world is being torn asunder for ludicrous things that I'm not getting into here. You know what they are. If you've even paid the simplest attention to even the mainstream media, you know there's some ludicrous crap going on. We're only a couple of days from the longest day of the year, June 20th, 21st, the summer solstice. Here's hoping it brings some great changes to this craziness we have experienced for the last few months. I'm really hoping that the second half of the year is much better than the first. These are indeed strange times to be alive, and I'm doing what I can to prepare my kids, my grandkids for what is coming down the pike. Best things you can do: take a breath, relax, go out, buy a gun, go for a walk, build a garden, and realize things are not nearly as bad as the news says they are. Save your sanity and your amygdala and find out why you're not going to die by listening to the No Agenda show. I've had a couple of people take me up on the guest host offer that I have out there right now. A couple of shows with some guest hosts. I thought they went pretty well. The guest hosts seemed to enjoy themselves. If you would like to participate as a guest host on the show, please reach out to me at john@wppro.ca, or you can also go to wppluginsatoz.com/guest host to just simply book a slot that fits for you. I have some news from the world of WordPress for you today, so let's see. What do we got?
Watch it, turn it, leave it, start format.
iPhone, schmyphone. The way I see it, the only good phone's a landline, and the phone should be made out of Bakelite.
That's right, everybody. Time for tech news. John, do we have tech news?
Absolutely. We have tech news, and I do believe the phone made out of Bakelite is great. I have an old rotary dial phone. I can't use it anymore because the phone system doesn't recognize it, but it is cool. All right, so what do we got out for news this week? First off, we have from the tavern, WordPress has bumped the minimum PHP recommendation from 5.6 to 7.2. That's a pretty good thing that has finally occurred, getting people to get off of 5.6 since it has been abandoned quite some time ago, full of security holes. So now anyone running version 7.1 or lower of PHP going to see a big notification in their WordPress that tells them, hey, your PHP is out of date. Get in there and update it, talk to your web host, or better yet, switch to a web hosting provider that provides the latest version of PHP, being 7.4, such as johnoverall.com hosting. So this is a good article. If you don't know about it, go check it out, read the information, and find out why you need to be up on the latest version. It does actually help. By moving to the latest versions, I have noticed a significant increase in speed on websites just by jumping PHP versions. So that's something to look at. Next item up we have here is Yoast has acquired Duplicate Post. And Duplicate Post is a plugin I think I use. I know I use a Post Duplicator plugin. I'm not sure if it's this one, but it sounds like Yoast has acquired it. Not sure of the reasons why yet, but I'm sure there's a reason why. Yoast doesn't acquire things without a reason. So without digging into it, this is an article talking about that acquisition. You may want to go check it out if it's of interest or concern to you. So go check out this article here. Another article here, this one here I didn't appear in. This is from whatsaytheexperts.com, where they had 85 WordPress pros have their say on the best page builders out there. Really interesting article. I tried to get in on this article, but I just didn't have time to make my submission on it. Maybe for their next one. I know I submitted to a previous article for them. But it looks like Elementor is at the top, followed really close by Beaver Builder. I didn't really see any surprises in this list going down the line. Well, sort of a surprise. Gutenberg, people think it's a fantastic page builder, which it probably is becoming because that's where WordPress has been pushing it to push out everyone else. So it is a good article, something you'll want to go check out. Another couple of articles I got here for you. This next one here comes from Web Writer Spotlight. And this is an article talking about starting a WordPress blog from scratch. Now, if you're just getting involved in this and finding things out, or you know somebody who is, this is a really good basic article talking about the basic steps they need to go through, such as choosing their web domain, they're installing WordPress, getting their theme, their first post, etc., etc. A lot of good basic steps, a good article, decent amount of information. It lacks in a few areas, but it is something worth checking out or sending to someone you know who's just getting started in the world of blogging or creating their own WordPress website. Okay, and another reminder to everyone, this one comes from Bleeping Computer, and this one here is the extortionists are out there threatening to destroy websites in the fake ransom scams. This is the one I mentioned last week where you get the email where they say that they hacked your website, etc. URL. They're going to leak your database to the world, ruin your reputation, etc., etc. This is a pretty big scam that is going on, and I'm sure a few people have fallen for this. And everyone is reminding you, this is a scam. Don't fall for it. If you're concerned, talk to your web developer, your hosting provider, have them examine your system to see if your site has been compromised. And if so, or even if you're concerned and it hasn't, go in and change some passwords on everything to help ensure its security. So something to keep in mind when you're doing all of that stuff. Hey, that's really all I've got here for the news this week. And Let's talk a little bit about the show producers. This show does not work without you, the producers of the show, to help make it work, supplying me with tips, information, and other stuff. In particular, we talk about, wow, gotta love when the brain just erases the entire thread that was going through it. All right, this show does not work without you, the producers, as it is a value for value model, and meaning if you're getting any value out of it, then you please give some value back. And as I said, I like to acknowledge the producers of the show each week. And in particular, I like to start off by talking a little bit about the artwork. I change the artwork week after week. If I don't get any submitted, I'll use my own artwork. This week, though, we have another piece of artwork from Angel Lemieux of Koa Digital. And I really thank you, Angel. I greatly appreciate you sending in the artwork week after week. And if you're on the live stream, you get a quick preview of what the artwork looks like. It looks like a desert sky, and this is what the stars look like in the desert. I've seen it once in my life on a moonless night. It is an amazing thing. So yes, thank you very much to Angel for the artwork submission. And if you would like to submit your artwork, just go to wpplugins.com/artwork to submit to the WP Plugins art generator. Executive producers. I don't have any executive producers. This is anyone who comes in $50 or over, and they get a note read out on the show and a good plug. But a big thank you to all the small producers who came in under $50. You know who you are. You've set up a small weekly subscription or a monthly subscription. They remain anonymous, and these small subscriptions do help the show out. They don't pay any bills, but every little bit helps offset the cost. And a big thank you to those who have hired me after listening to the show. That's as good as supporting the show. So thank you very much. So how can you help the show? Well, first off, you can.
We just need cash.
I know a lot of people want to send blankets or water. Just send your cash.
Absolutely. Just send cash. You can do that. Direct links in the show notes to our PayPal, to my PayPal submission. You can also support by sending artwork at the WP Plugins art generator. Submit articles, news, information, plugin suggestions, and more. Just go to the contact page on the website and submit all that information. You can also create a monthly donation over at Patreon. Yes, we are using Patreon still. I have a couple of patrons there, and I greatly appreciate them. It is a teeny tiny amount, but as I said, every little bit helps. Okay, well, that's it for that. It is time to dive into the meat and potatoes of the show. Okay, first up for ClassicPress. We do not really have anything for ClassicPress this week. I still haven't had time to do any ClassicPress plugin research. I do have one note from ClassicPress, is that the list of ClassicPress specific plugins over at classicpress.net has climbed. It is now up to 57 from the last time I looked at 55, meaning 2 more new ones have been added. So they are slowly gaining these plugins. So kudos to ClassicPress. This is going to grow quite nicely. They did very well in their first year. Their second year, it's kind of hit a bit of a plateau, but I'm willing to bet they've been working very hard in the backgrounds, and we're going to see a lot from them in the next year or so. So if you're looking for an alternative to WordPress, something that is very, very fast, it just doesn't run all the same plugins WordPress runs now, unfortunately. But that's what happens. I expected that split to come eventually. So this is something to look at and check out. Go check out ClassicPress. It could be of value to you. Okay, so what do I have for WordPress plugins? Well, first off, as I made a note last week, there's a really great place you can go check out the latest and greatest of WordPress plugins. It's at wordpress.org, plugins, browse/new. This used to be included in the pages when you search for WordPress plugins inside your browser or inside your WordPress website, but they removed that from WordPress core for some reason. And this link still works if you go directly to it, and you can see plugins that have been released within the last 3 weeks. These are brand new, hot off the press plugins, and sometimes there's some really good stuff in here that is yet discovered. And you can get in on things early when the developer's new, he's really struggling, help him out, give him encouragement. all of those things. Go check that out. Okay, the first plugin I have for you here is called User Admin Password, or Use Admin Password. This is a plugin that will allow you to log in as any user using any administrator's password. The user can still log in with their own password, but this one allows you to use your administrator password to log into their account and see the site from their point of view and perspective. A very interesting plugin, and one that's very useful if you run a membership site or you run an e-store and you have to diagnose something that's going wrong with the client's account and you don't want to ask them for their password. You can just log right in there and take a look at it and see what's up. So go check this plugin out. It looks to be a very useful plugin. I discovered this plugin while doing some work on a new client of mine that is an e-commerce system, and this is something that was there to help do the diagnostics on the site. Go check it out. Really great looking plugin. I give it a 4-dragon rating, and it's called Use Admin Password. Next up, I have for you plugin called TaxJar. This is again one I discovered working on the site and something I hadn't saw. TaxJar is a sales tax automation for WooCommerce. Now this is particularly of interest to those of you who live in the States where you got to collect taxes from multiple states and multiple cities and counties and levels and province, and the insanity of having to collect taxes online is getting more and more crazy every year as governments realize that, hey, we're missing out on a crap load of tax money because of sales online. Stores aren't making the tax money. It's going to an online business located 5 states away. They're not collecting tax for us. We want that. Well, now you have to collect it, you have to report it. This is a system that is set up. They have a free system which allows you up to 1,000 transactions a month. Beyond that, they want you to pay for their service to get it. It looks like it helps accumulate the taxes, tells you what you collected, helps you accumulate the reports, figures out how you pay. They even offer a system in their premium where you can collect the taxes, submit it to them, and they'll submit it on your behalf. Really interesting system. If you're running an e-commerce store and you're required to collect taxes across multiple jurisdictions, this might be something for you to have a good look at. Go check it out. It's called TaxJar, and I give it a 4-dragon rating. And next up, I have for you WP Ultimate Recipe. Now this one came out because of what I'm doing at the Rogues Tavern website, and I've been looking at putting a recipe section into the site, and I finally started working on that this past week, and I needed to download a recipe plugin. I had one from years ago that I paid a premium for, but it was no longer quite the plugin I wanted it to be. I wanted something simpler, cleaner. I didn't have to put any real money into the plugin unless I wanted some premium features. I wanted a good basic one. So I went and looked at the few that are available up at WordPress.org, and this one here popped up in front of me. And I went, oh, let's check this one out. And what I enjoyed about it is that it gives you 2 default templates. They have multiple templates outside of that, but the default templates are very nice and clean. One of them fit well within the development of my website. It allows you to put all the basic stuff in for your recipes, descriptions, ingredients, separate out sections, etc., add in videos, all the good basic stuff. When a person looks at it, they can adjust the system to allow for how much ingredients per number of servings recommended, auto adjust the ingredients. It also gets in and where was I going with that? Okay. What else did it do for me? There was one other key component there that I wanted to, printing. It has a really good print screen for your users to print it out. Really nice plugin. I like the way it works. It could have got a 5, but because it is a premium plugin, it gets tagged with a 4-dragon rating. But if you're looking for a good basic recipe plugin, go check this one out. It is the WP Ultimate Recipe plugin. Okay, this show currently brought to you by Save Time and Money Managing Multiple WordPress Websites. If you have several WordPress websites to manage, either for your clients or yourself, then you know how much time it can take managing them all. Time that is spent on mundane administrative tasks and then losing that time for your important business tasks. CMS Commander is an online service that solves this problem and makes managing multiple WordPress websites fast and easy, as simple as controlling a single site. By placing all your websites in one powerful dashboard, CMS Commander makes it possible to update, backup, and manage them all at the same time in one place. Features of CMS Commander include one-click updates of plugins, themes, and WordPress core for all sites, automatic scheduled website backups, website cloning and restoration, uptime monitoring and analytics integration, bulk posting and automatic content. Sign up now for your 14-day trial at cmscommander.com and access all the features that will allow you to manage more websites and save time. Absolutely. CMS Commander, great product. Please use the links in the show notes or go to wppluginsa2z.com/CMS Commander to get in on my affiliate link. So I make $1 or $2. I don't make a lot from this, but I do make a few bucks every few months from them. Okay, and listener feedback. I do have one piece of listener feedback this week, and it comes out as, "Hello, John. After I heard your last show, you spoke about sending content or ideas. I thought of an idea that you could add to your top plugin for a category. I thought this could be easy since there are plugins you use every day, for example, your favorite Google Calendar plugin or your favorite contact plugin. As the list grows, you could then add it to your newsletter as a list." Techman Lou. Thank you, Techman Lou. I appreciate that, and I do like that idea, and I got to figure out a way to incorporate it into the show and figure out a way to incorporate it into a list on the website, and it's something I think I will start to do because I do have some top plugins I use in specific applications for different kinds of development work that I have done and some of the redevelopment work I do now or when I'm replacing plugins. So I will actually look into this one and see if I can get it incorporated into everything I do. But I do appreciate the feedback, and anyone else who has feedback, things you'd like to see or things you'd like to see me try to accomplish, please give me that feedback and I will do the best I can to incorporate it into the show. Contest. Well, currently I don't have a contest. I have not been on the ball for getting this done. As you can tell, sometimes I get on the ball for things, but that usually happens when I have less work and more time. And so, or when I have less work, more time that I don't devote to something that I'd rather be doing, such as working in a garden. So I'm going to be on the ball for this one. I'll try and get the next contest up as soon as possible, and we'll let you know. You want to follow what's happening, go check out wppluginsa2z.com/contests. So closing out this episode, I covered up the following plugins: WP Ultimate for Ultimate Recipe, which I gave a 4 to. The TaxJar Sales Tax Automation for WooCommerce, which I gave a 4 to. And the Use Admin Password, which I gave a 4 to. So go check out those plugins. They are very useful. A couple of final reminders here for the day. The next WordPress meetup in Victoria is on June 21st. That is this weekend for those of you who have not been paying attention. This is just a get-together, and it's a relaxing area. It's in an outdoor event. It's being held in Lake Cowichan, BC. There will be burgers, dogs, and pop. If you want beer, bring your own. There is one spot left. This is a limited attendance party due to COVID or Rona restrictions here in BC and the number of people that can show up that don't belong to my family. So this is a really great time to get out, relax, enjoy some fun in the sun, but there is only one spot left. If you want to claim it, email me directly for information on how to get there. You can check out more about our meetups at wppluginsa2z.com/meetup, because we're expecting to do another one in July. One of these nice, relaxing summer get-togethers. Maybe in July I can have a few more people over. All right. There is a new interview out there with Akshat Cloudhary from Blog Vault. It's a really good interview talking about Blog Vault and other plugins. And Blog Vault is a plugin that helps you make backups of your website. And it's one that makes multiple types, and it will handle websites up to 1 gig in size and more. So it's a really amazing plugin. Talking to the author, I haven't had time to test it thoroughly, but I do have faith the author's not completely lying to me. He's telling me the truth. So make sure you go check this one out. It does look interesting. Anything but WordPress. So go check it out. If you'd like to be in an interview show, please contact me at wppluginsa2z.com/interviews. You want to find out more about me? Just go check me out at theroguestavern.com. And this is where I'm showcasing all of my adventures on the things that I am doing away from the computer screens. Well, that's pretty much everything I've got for you. For those of you listening, you want to have any questions, please feel free to dump them into the chat windows or the comment section while the outgoing credits are going. But it is time now for the tequila shot. Show is done. Let my girl take us on out of here.
Reminders for the show. All show notes can be found at wppluginsa2z.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the newsletter for more useful information delivered directly to your inbox. WP Plugins A to Z is a show that offers honest and unbiased reviews of plugins created by developers because you support the show. Help keep the show honest and unbiased by going to wppluginsa2z.com/donate and set the donation level that fits your budget. Help us make the show better for you by subscribing and reviewing the show at Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and in the iTunes Store. You can also leave us a review on our Facebook page using wppluginsa2z.com/Facebook. You can also watch the show live on YouTube, check out the screencasts and training videos, and remember to subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications of all new videos. Follow the show on Twitter at WPPluginsA2Z. John can also be reached at his website, johnoverall.com, or email him directly, john@wppro.ca. Thanks for joining us, and have a great day.
Thanks for listening to the show. This show is copyright by johnoverall.com. So until next time, have yourselves a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you happen to be out there on the globe today.
There we have it. Thank you, folks, for listening. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll give it another 30 seconds to see if anyone has anything to say as we wrap up for the day. There we go. There's my cue. Once it pops back to it, then I will call it a day. Yeah, we got 33 minutes in. Ding, ding. It's the magic number. Let's see.
No service for you!
All right. Thanks, folks. I greatly appreciate you tuning in. Oh, arrived late. But watch the non-live version, Hemdian. Have yourselves a great day. Take care now. Bye-bye.